folks, what's up? Welcome back to another Paul Masters video, and today we're going to talk a bit about Serena again, as well as some things that we could potentially see in the future, right? And I know we've talked about Serena a lot, quite a bit, ad nauseum, about how great she is. She's one of the best damage dealers in the game by far, right? And she's good. She's just really good unit. Except for one little issue, and it's not a knock on her because I don't think it's a big deal, right? I don't think it's a huge deal on how powerful she is, rather than, oh, what can they potentially do with this unit in the future, or more specifically, what would future units be like because of her existence, right? So if you look at SS Serena, obviously she's a Master Fair, right? Her passive, Kalos Flag Bearer, which is the Kalos version of the Flag Bearer Master passive, right? It buffs your whole team's damage and damage reduction with how many Kalos units are on your team, right? And that is an issue because this is probably the worst summonable Master passive in the game, right? Summonable, not the BP, because those are pretty bad, let's be real. But like, if you look at all of the Master passives, right? If you look at like Hoenn Flag Bearer with Annie Steven, Alola Flag Bearer, Unova Flag Bearer, Hoenn Spirit, Hoenn Pride, those are just so much better because, not because, you know, the Master passive itself is any different. I mean, well, it's different from the Spirit and Pride ones, but like if you compare it to the other Flag Bearers, right? The other Flag Bearers are better just because of the available units that they have. If you look at SS Serena, look what she has with Kalos, right? Kalos, let's see. If we turn on the region filter for Kalos, we have SC Diantha is very good, right? Sycamore's good, and that's about it. I mean, regular Diantha's okay, right? But like, that's about it, right? That's about it in terms of like good units from Kalos, right? All the other good units are other versions, other copies of Serena, which obviously you can't run with, you know, SC Serena, right? Not SC Serena, SS Serena, right? And Sycamore is good, but Sycamore doesn't really work with Zygarde that well because Zygarde doesn't really need special attack buffs from Sycamore. I guess speed stuff would be nice, especially on maybe, but like, it's, you know, not a huge thing. And then SC Diantha is SC Diantha. She works with like everyone. She's one of the best units in the game, right? But there really aren't that many Kalos units that you'd say, I'm going to run these Kalos units with SS Serena due to her Master passive, right? Because most of the times you would be running units from other regions. You'd be running Lucas from Sinnoh, right? You'd be running Palatine's Dawn maybe from Sinnoh, debuff the opponent's special defense for more damage, maybe. I don't know. It's not the best example. Or something like SS Leon for more dragon type damage. If you want dual dragon type damage dealers, right? Or whatever. Or I don't know, Annie Raihan for the super effective up, the special attack up, or New Year Sabrina for special attack up, right? Cresselia for special attack up, for, you know, sync with countdown stuff, right? Those are the units that you kind of want to run her for because of the fact that Kalos's pool just does not have that many great units and just doesn't have that many options, right? And does DNA have to give us units that specifically like cater? Not really, but they did it before, right? With Annie Lily. If you guys remember, before Annie Lily came out, right? Before Annie Lily came out, I think 2 months, for like 2 months straight, we got, I want to say 6 or 7 Alolan Spotlight units, right? Almost in a row, because I think there's like Groudon Kyogre in between, but like outside of that, like almost in a row, we got 6 or 7 Alolan units, right? We got the Hala, Master Royale, Celine, Elio, Lana, Kiawe, right? I think that's, I don't know, however that much, I didn't count. I think those 6, right? Just Alolan units right before her release, right? Or building up to her release. Obviously, that didn't happen with SS Serena, right? Maybe one of the possibilities is, well, because Annie Lily was revealed at the very, you know, beginning of the anniversary, right? So people, I guess, wouldn't expect it that much, and SS Serena was hidden in the middle, like outside of what happened, we weren't supposed to know about SS Serena beforehand, right? We weren't supposed to know about SS Serena beforehand, and she came in like in the middle of the anniversary, second half of the anniversary, so maybe this time they could do something similar, except instead of releasing the Kalos units beforehand, they release the Kalos units afterwards, right? To help, you know, give her more teammates to buff up this Kalos flag bearer. I guess there's also Evelyn in the BP shop, but she's also not very good. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, I feel like there could be a solid opportunity next month or maybe the month after, right? We could get a few Kalos Spotlight units, or maybe Pofier, who knows, right? Just like more Kalos units, but I think Spotlight's a bit more likely, just to buff up, again, the Kalos Master Passive pool, right? Because, again, at the moment, the pool is really, really whatever, right? If you really want to run something with SS Serena and the Kalos pool, it's like Keldeo, and you like really any of these units are really that great alongside her, right? So yeah, I do think that is definitely a possibility. Again, not seeing what Annie Lily did, right? With those units, none of those are like elite top tier options to put alongside Annie Lily either, right? But those are definitely options that could still bolster the Master Passive if possible, because if you look at Annie Lily's best teams, none of them really include any of those Alolan units, but those are, again, but you gotta, like, not everyone has all the top, you know, best, most optimal teams in the game, right? Some people can still use the Alolan passives that can make, you know, make it to their advantage, because, again, not everyone has something like a Renegade Cynthia or SS Luzmine lying around, right? And those could still give you some solid, you know, things that you could get, right? I mean, you could run something like an Annie Lily, Kiawe, and I don't know, another damage dealer in there, right? Or same with Elio, another damage dealer. Maybe like Celine with like the ghost type damage with Celine, right? Yeah, that you could get. Again, I'm not saying this Master Passive is a huge thing, but this Master Passive is something that they could work with, right? So, anyways, that's basically what I'm trying to say, right? As I would probably expect a few Kalos Spotlights units either next month or the month afterwards, right? And the reason why I say Spotlight outside instead of like Pokefair / Masterverse, again, it's possible, or the seasonals, right? There's also the they also teased the seasonals with the Poltergeist thing, right? Sinisty Poltergeist, which should be, you know, Easter, right? So we'll see what's with that. I mean, it could be Kalos units, right? I guess they could do some like Kalos Tea Party thing, right? But I feel like Spotlight, because if you look at second anniversary, right? After the second anniversary, we had seasonals, we had the fall units, because right after second anniversary we had the fall units, right? We had fall Caitlyn and fall Morty, and then it was Dorok and Alistair. So 2 seasonals plus 2 spotlights, which is, again, I not saying that's gonna be exactly the pattern after this, but I say that's a possibility, right? Because we're getting 2 seasonals for the Easter units / spring units, whatever you want to call them, and maybe potentially 2 spotlights, right? I think something similar happened last year as well, after the 1.5 year anniversary. After the 1.5 year anniversary, it was Berg and May, and who was it again afterwards? Let me see my box, because my box is basically the order of the units that released, at least the Summo ones. Yeah, Berg and May, then Celine, Elio, right? That's 2 spotlights, 2 seasonals. That was right after 1.5 year anniversary. Same thing with right after the 2nd year anniversary, right? So I think those are definitely possibilities, right? So yeah, that's why I do think I am leaning spotlights. Like, it could be a lot of things, because there's still a decent amount of Kalos units that aren't in the game yet. There's obviously AZ, although I do think AZ is probably going to be a fair, right? Whether it's a Pokefair, Master Fair, I don't know, but I don't feel like AZ is going to be a spotlight unit, right? But there's, like, you know, Drasna, Malva, right? There's Shauna, Tierno, Trevor. Those guys could definitely be there, right? Maybe like a Tea Party Kalos alt, right? Like, I don't know who else could Easter Kalos alt. I'm not sure who else could really get an alt in Kalos from the units that we have right now. I guess Valerie is kind of popular. Maybe like a Valerie alt Tea Party unit. Karina's pretty popular too. I don't know about Karina going to a Tea Party, but I guess Calum, Valerie, Karina, maybe Viola, maybe Clement, I guess, maybe Sycamore, maybe another Seabald alt. No, maybe not another Seabald. Like maybe them for like an alt for the Kalos, or like for the Easter Tea Party. Also, it could totally not be Kalos. It could just be, I don't know, Galar, because they're Galarian Pokemon. I don't know. We'll see, right? We'll see. But yeah, I am just mostly expecting us to get some Kalos Spotlight units in the near future, right? It doesn't have to be next month, but sometime in the near future, just to give SS Serena those extra little Kalosian, you know, master passive boost, right? But we'll see. Anyways, that's really this one, I guess. Hope y'all enjoyed. Guys, think in the comments down below. Like, share this video, subscribe to our channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one then.